Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, let's see. The Cowboys were able to find a suitor for AMARI Cooper after all, trading him to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a 2022 fifth and sixth round pick. The Cowboys also sent their own sixth-round pick to the Browns so Cleveland could take on the remaining 3 years and $60 million left on his contract. Dallas sheds $20 million in cap space while Cleveland gets a number one wide receiver after the Odell Beckham debacle. So who won the trade between the two teams? The Cowboys should get some credit for receiving 2 draft picks for Cooper, a player they were going to release to save $20 million in salary cap space next week. Even though Dallas was stuck between a rock and a hard place, the Cowboys could have received higher draft compensation for Cooper, right? Cooper is owed $20 million per year over the next 3 years, a player Dallas once traded a first-round pick to acquire and ignite the offense for a deep playoff run, which never happened. What's even more perplexing is the Cowboys' commitment to Ezekiel Elliott and his $18.22 million salary for 2022, as Dallas can't move on from that 6-year, $90 million deal this offseason since they restructured his deal last August to create cap space. Tony Pollard was the more efficient running back last year and is still on a rookie deal. Dallas has a great running back combination with Elliott and Pollard, yet will have to rely on them more frequently with the loss of Cooper. The Cowboys will still have an excellent passing game with CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, who the Cowboys are in talks of re-signing, along with tight end Dalton Schultz, but the loss of Cooper will be a hard pill to swallow as he opened up a lot of opportunities for the other pass catchers and elevated Dak Prescott's game since his arrival in 2018. The Cowboys should be fine without Cooper, but he's too good a player to be traded for 2 day 3 picks. Poor contract management by the Cowboys front office made this move necessary. Sorry about that. The Browns needed to improve at wide receiver, an opportunity they couldn't pass up when Cooper became available, regardless how Cooper fits in Kevin Stefanski's offense. The Browns only gave up a pair of day 3 draft picks to improve at the position compared to how their depth chart looked last year. Taking on Cooper's remaining $60 million contract is worth the risk for Cleveland, especially since Cooper has been a top 10 wide receiver since the Cowboys acquired him in Week 9 of the 2018 season. Cooper has 292 catches for 3,893 yards and 27 touchdowns since he was traded to Dallas, ranking 7th in catches and 9th in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns in that span. Cooper, who still hasn't turned 28 yet, is one of 6 players since the merger with 5 receiving touchdowns in each of his first 7 seasons. The 4-time Pro Bowl selection has 7,076 yards before his 28th birthday, which is in June, the 9th most for any pass catcher in NFL history. Even though Cleveland owes Cooper $20 million per year over the next 3 years, the Browns can release him at any time and not suffer a dead cap hit. Cooper has no dead money remaining on his deal. Giving up 2 day 3 picks was worth the chance on Cooper, even though the 68 catches for 865 yards in 2021 were the second fewest in his career. There's more target opportunities for Cooper in Cleveland as the number 1 wide receiver, especially if the Browns allow Jarvis Landry to seek a trade. The Cooper addition also gives Deshaun Watson some incentive to waive his no-trade clause for Cleveland, one of the teams interested in Texans quarterback. The Browns didn't give up high draft picks for Cooper, so they still have their draft capital to make a run at Watson. Cleveland is in an estimated $3.1 million over the cap with the Cooper trade, so other roster moves have to be made in the coming days. Hard to believe the Browns are done as they work to revamp their roster. Now, The reason the Cowboys got rid of Amari Cooper wasn't because of his play and him being soft. He didn't take the vax. Y'all remember when he didn't take the vax and Jerry Jones was pissed off at him, was mad that he wouldn't consider doing it? In those 3 games they missed, they looked it terrible. They couldn't move the ball. So his time was done after that. Now, Jarvis Landry is seeking a trade with the Browns because they wanted him to restructure his deal, and he was like, hell no. And they're also pissed off at him because he did side with Odell Beckham in the he basically took the side of Odell Beckham. You know, in the in the wake of the Baker versus Odell crap, which look, Odell and Baker are overrated in my opinion. Like I said, I still don't give Odell anything because everybody is, for some reason, talking about, oh, well, man, you still won't give Odell credit. Credit for what? They pushed the Rams the whole year. Odell was not getting jammed at the line. They allow Odell to run around and do whatever he wants. If you don't put a finger on Odell, he's going to look like the greatest receiver ever. So there's nobody cares. Like, you know, about the Baker saga. Baker was overrated at Oklahoma. I told people that. And it's starting to look like that Oklahoma coach who's at USC now, it's starting to look like he's overrated too. Because he bringing all these damn pass happy quarterbacks in the league. All of them are struggling. Jalen Hurts, he just has intangibles. So he's winning off of will. But Kyler Murray, Baker, who did they have before that? They had somebody before that. They haven't been looking that impressive, man. So, you know, this is big, and them lose to me. I would have kept Landry over AMARI. AMARI is soft. Like, as far as his route running, I believe he's one of the best in the league. But it's his heart down the stretch. In big games, AMARI doesn't show up. He did this in Oakland. He did it in Dallas. Like, the guy's just soft. But I knew he was gone. I knew Jerry's finna get rid of him when he didn't take that vax. So I already knew. I knew it was up. I knew it was up. I knew what went down. I knew everything that was finna transpire. Now, who could Jarvis Landry go? Now, the Browns, they're talking about they're clearing up space where they could actually go for Deshaun Watson. Yeah. You know, we could see that. You know. I don't believe Deshaun would go to Cleveland. I see Deshaun mostly going to the Saints, the Bucks, or the Vikings, or the Panthers, because they're not finna trade him in the AFC. They've already let that be known. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Because I believe getting rid of Jarvis Landry is not a good idea to me. But hey. So but what does this do for Dallas? This is gonna turn Dallas more. See, Dallas needs to run the ball. I keep telling Dallas fans, run the ball. If you run the ball more and run a lot of play action, run waggles, move Dak around the pocket, he can do something. But the thing with Dak is getting confused. He looked like he's lost. That's why I'm saying that they need a real offensive coordinator. You need a guy like Sean Payton. If Dallas was to get Sean Payton and letting Sean Payton do what he does, if they let him do what he does, Sean Payton have control and do what he does, it'll be remarkable. It'll be remarkable. So Dallas, to me, has to turn more into a running game, a running team. If they turn into a running team, they will be fine. They could win a lot. That's their problem. They don't think. And then Jerry Jones has got to stop being so controllable. Until he does that, Dallas is going to continue to lose. Now, the Browns, I think Baker and AMARI would be better than him and Jarvis. I think Jarvis could fit in you could send I would send Jarvis to either Jarvis can go plenty places that need help. I could see him. He could go to Kansas City. He could end up in Miami. Back in Miami, that's where he came from. Because he was traded. I mean, he signed with Cleveland from there. He really played at LSU. He could go to the Saints. Excuse me. He can go to the New Orleans Saints. He would be a good fit there. He could be a good fit in Tennessee. He could be a good fit everywhere. Like, it's who you want him with. But to me, wherever Deshaun Watson go, I would go where Deshaun Watson's going. I would wait and see. Or he can go to Arizona. You know, he could end up over there with the Rams. He probably can go to the Rams. You know, there's other places he can go. So let me know where you guys think he ought to go. But yeah. Let me know where you guys think he can go. I think Baker and the Browns, I think this year they'll be a lot better because I think they'll have more of how do I say, a structure this year. So we'll see. Thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that Cash App link. That'll take you to my Cash App. You can donate whatever you want to, whatever you feel like giving. We accept. And when the video premieres or go live, hey man, you guys can super chat now. So thank you guys for listening. We out. Deezy.